Okay, everyone, it is October 29th, 2012, Monday, 9:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, today's vlog is going to be kind of an interesting one because I very rarely... Oh, yes, I got my boot on. Woo. Although, an update on my foot. My doctor told me I could start weaning myself off the boot. He said I could have started doing that a week ago, and I was like, okay, I'll do that. I didn't have the heart to tell the nice grandfatherly type doctor that I had been weaning myself off the boot for quite some time. And no, this is not an edition of Naked News. It's just I don't feel like wearing my sweatshirt. Speaking of naked news, that's a very strange thing. Okay, if you have a Gmail or a Google account or whatever the hell, you can sign into YouTube, and as long as you're age verified, you can see some pretty crazy shit on YouTube now. Did y'all know that? Yeah, I didn't know either until the other day when Chucky Butt was watching the Naked News, and all of a sudden they were talking about something, and I turned to look, and I'm like, what is she talking about? Because this lady was straight up stripping. I mean, literally, everything was coming off piece by piece, and I'm like, I have no idea what she's talking about. What is she saying? I can't understand the words that are coming out of her mouth. Lady wasn't even really all that good looking. She was like all skin and bones, you know, so it's like she had like bones sticking out. I don't know what's so sexy about harsh, sharp angles on a body. People are supposed to be squishy a little bit, you know. It means that they can withstand something. Anyway, but this is going to be an unusual vlog because we have a hurricane that is bitch smacking the hell out of the eastern seaboard. And the hurricane's name is Hurricane Sandy, and I saw this macro the other day where it was SpongeBob looking all parched and dried out, you know, because he's a sponge. And he's like, water, Sandy, I need water! And then they have a picture of the hurricane hitting the east coast, and they put a picture of Sandy the squirrel in the middle of the eye, and it said, sure thing, SpongeBob, coming right up, or something like that. Like, that's so fucked up. But, I mean, you gotta have a sense of humor in times of crisis. If you don't have your sense of humor when you're going through hell, then your hell that you're going through is gonna suck so much more. And not in a good way. But if you laugh about it and have fun with it, then, you know, cool. And yes, I have to do this because the lighter's stuck. Because there's plenty of fluid in it. It's just the little, I don't know, the flint stuck, or the flint fell out. Anyway, so I haven't really been doing a whole lot of research on this hurricane. Let's see. Hurricane Sandy. High wind warning for northern Ohio, which includes Ashland, Ashtabula Island, Ashtabula Lakeshore, Crawford, Cuyahoga, which is me, Erie, Geauga, Hancock, Holmes, Huron, Knox, Lake, show more, Lorraine, Lucas, Mahoning, Marion, Medina, Morrow, Ottawa, Portage, Richland, Sandusky, Seneca, Stark, Summit, Trumbull, Wayne, Wood, and Wyandotte. Fuck! I'm looking at a picture of the shit right now. And that's a pretty big freaking thing. Chucky, did you see this shit? Chucky! Okay, I'm going to put this little linky dink in the bottom of the vloggy blog, so that way you guys can see it. And it says, the remnants of Hurricane Sandy are expected to move west through the area tonight. The system will weaken as it moves across Pennsylvania on Tuesday, which means people that are, my peeps in Pennsylvania, please be careful, good God. The storm system will bring strong and damaging winds later this afternoon into Tuesday. High wind warning remains in effect until 4 p.m. EDT Tuesday, which is EST. It's same time thingy. Winds north to northwest 15 to 30 miles per hour with gusts of 40 miles per hour will increase to 30 to 40 miles per hour with gusts up to 70 miles per hour. Timing, later this afternoon through early Tuesday afternoon. The stronger winds should start in a band from near Sandusky and Vermilion through Mansfield and spread east and west from this area from late afternoon until tonight. Impacts, trees and utility lines will be down. Power and travel will be interrupted in some places. Roof damage and other structural damage may occur. Loose objects will be blown around. The long duration of the event will likely result in locally significant damage. Recommended actions are prepare for the high winds by securing all loose objects, move cars inside a garage or away from trees and power lines. Damage to trees, power lines, and property are likely with wind of this magnitude. Power outages could be widespread. If you have a high-profile vehicle, be careful or do not drive until the wind subsides. Stay tuned to weather radio for further details or updates. Okay, and then there's just the, you know, the typical what the fuck kit that you need to pack, okay? And that's basically, you need to have a family communication plan, you know, make sure that kids understand what needs to be done. Emergency kit, you know, flashlight, candles, French toast supplies, you know, you get your milk, your eggs, your bread. Make sure you got plenty of toilet paper because this shit's gonna the shit is gonna hit the fan. It says, secure your home, close storm shutters, secure outdoor objects, bring them indoors, turn off utilities if instructed to do so. Otherwise, turn the refrigerator thermostat to its coldest setting and keep the doors closed. Turn off propane tanks. Ensure a supply of water for sanitary purposes, such as cleaning and flushing toilets. Fill the bathtub and other larger containers with water. I mean, you know, see, here's the thing, right? We get just about every kind of crazy freaking weather up in here, okay? Because we're right off the lake, you know, Lake Erie. And not only that, but like we're far enough from the shore to where we don't have to worry about too much crazy shit, but we're just close enough to get some of the residual effects of things. And we also are susceptible to tornadoes, we're susceptible to floods. If you live in the Ohio Valley, you're really fucked because the flooding is going to be a biatch. But I typically will live in higher elevation. Not by on purpose, but just by happenstance. I will live in higher elevation. And that is so rude.
What? What is so rude?
Forget it.
Anyway. You want to talk about rude? I'll wait until after you're done video blogging to the world.
No. No. Because you're showing off for your mom. It's fine. But basically, we're used to having to nail stuff down. You know, somebody says, oh no, there's this big ass storm and it's going to take your house and spin it off into Never Never Land. And we're just like, yeah, whatever. You know, if it happens, it happens and it sucks. You know, my heart goes out to the people that end up losing their homes and end up with a lot of property damage. My heart goes out to the communities where, you know, trees get knocked down, blown around, pulled out of the ground. I really feel bad and I really get worried about other people, but when it comes to me, it's like, you know what, Mother Nature can bring it on, you know, and whatever my theories are about HARPA or HARP and all these other, you know, certain theories about weather modification and weather change and all that stuff, really doesn't matter, you know. The fact is that it's a huge storm. It's going to be a bitch, and a lot of people have already, you know, had a lot of the really brute and blunt effects of Hurricane Sandy, and I feel really bad for those people, and it's just another freaking, you know, natural disaster weather type crisis, and hopefully it's not going to be nearly as bad as Katrina. Katrina was a bitch, and I felt really bad for people because it didn't affect me at all. You know, Katrina happened down south. You know, we had some residual effects that went up the Mississippi River or whatever, but it wasn't nearly as bad as what those poor people in New Orleans and surrounding areas went through because their levees burst. They were told for several years to fix their levees, and they didn't. They didn't think that it was necessary. Now, for a city that is below sea level, you'd think that they would protect their levees. They'd make sure that all of their shit was intact and in place and everything. Their city was way below sea level. You know, so it's like automatically I would think, shit, I'm below sea level. I better get my ass to higher ground. I've always tried to be on higher ground. Ever since I was a kid, and I, you know, experienced some flash floods. You know, I just always said, you know what, I'm going to be in higher elevation. And just by happenstance, I've always been in higher elevation. You know, so basically, for those of y'all who are in the path of this very, very bitchy hurricane, whether it be direct line or, you know, like me, residual effects, you know, please be careful. You know, get your necessary supplies, you know, flashlights, candles, canned food, you know, whatever you need, you know, alcohol, cigarettes. You know, I'm being realistic because first thing I'm going to do is we're going to sit around, light some candles, and tell some ghost stories or something. You know, I mean, you figure if you're going to be, you know, stuck, you know, without power or without any, you know, ability to really go anywhere, you might as well just make a day of it. So, that's just me. So, but yeah, this is from the Yippee Chick, city of Hippie Chickopolis, state of insanity, country of chaos, big chaos over here on the eastern side. Wishing y'all a good day, safe week. I might do another vlog. I know that I promised a song to someone who requested a song. I've been practicing the song. I'm going to try to wing it today, but I can't promise anything. By the end of the week, I should have it up, though. So, that's that. And, y'all stay safe out there. Peace, love, and deuces!